want to say something as well. And maybe is this a very important point to say? Okay? I'll put it this way. In the format of God, okay? In the design of God, okay? Spiritual purpose always goes before your physical purpose. So if you get that order wrong, it's a matter of time, there'll be friction. Always. As a matter of fact, spiritual purpose sustains physical purpose. I find out. I don't mean just bizarre spiritual purpose. I mean genuine spiritual purpose. Spiritual purpose without, and this is important, spiritual purpose without an element of physical gain, because the two are separate. So a spiritual purpose that has some element of physical alignment is not true spiritual purpose. Am I making sense? Okay? Which is tricky. Because many people say, I'm worshiping God so he can give me. That's not how God works. I know many of you might be surprised to hear that, but it's true. You know why? Because God is a child God. The child God. He's not a magician. You don't worship God so he can bless you. No. You worship God because he's God. Okay? So that's what the mistake people make is. Because you tie the worship of God to blessing. You have brought the conflict. You worship God because he made you to worship him, period. Whether he blesses you or not. So I give an example. I remember I flew to Nigeria for a meeting. And it was on a Wednesday service. Okay? And the pastor in the office, before we came out to the service, was apologizing to me. And he was saying, hey, doctor, sorry, it's midweek fellowship. So the congregation is very little today. There are not very many people. And the Spirit of God just ministered to me, and I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. That's not right. So when I went to the pulpit, I made the comment, and I said, so imagine it wasn't the full church that day. So I said, imagine that last Sunday, the pastor announced that on Wednesday fellowship, there's somebody coming with a checkbook, and he feels blessed to write a check of $4,000 for everybody who attended Wednesday fellowship. What do you think would happen? Everybody will become evangelists. Start calling their uncles. Have you come to church on Wednesday? So sometimes, and this is a very important point, sometimes people think they are worshiping God, but they actually are not. Because it's tied to benefit. And God knows, it's a spirit. He knows when you are worshiping him irrespective. You know what you do? You literally aggravate him to now fulfill the physical. It's a law of God. Because it's spirit. People make that mistake. So the moment you tie physical gain to worshiping God, you've missed it. It's actually an anti-gain. Jesus Christ will go on the mountain every morning by 3 a.m. and go and pray. That's the first time, second time. So disciples keep watching him living sleep around 3 a.m. when is the sweetest time for sleep to go and do something up in the mountain. So one day on his way back, Peter is very stubborn. Peter said, oh God, wait. Where are you coming from? He said, I went to go and pray. He said, what is pray? He said, pray now. He said, if this thing keeps waking you up at 3 a.m. to go and do it, it must be important. If it's important to you, it must be important to us. So teach us how to pray. So now watch. Jesus goes, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses. As if forgive us our trespasses against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Then is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. 10 statements. Did you realize that this is the official prayer template he gave the disciples? Out of the 10 statements, only one statement was dedicated to the flesh. And even that statement was restricted. Our daily bread. That means you're not even allowed to pray for weekly bread. You are not allowed. That's how, in the scheme of things, how unimportant it is. But many people go to pray, and 9 out of the 10 prayer is promotion. Is God help me, bless me, bless me. You've turned the prayer template upside down. You're not allowed to pray for even weekly bread. That's how unimportant it is in God's economy. And people made that mistake. So one night, very interesting, I woke up in the morning, very early in the morning, in anger. And I just woke my wife. I said, sweetheart, I just received like when you get with anger. And she's like, are you okay? I said, no. I said, from today onward, I wouldn't ask God for anything. She said, what do you mean? I said, it's his business as my designer to make sure I have everything. That requires a level of understanding. I said, I won't ask him for anything. The only thing I will ask him for is give me opportunity to be a blessing. Now, Bayaba, you need to ask my wife. My account balance changed within 6 months. That's true. People are forgotten who I don't even know. I've not spoken to them for 5 years. Started calling me, Dr. Odon, are you interested in this? Are you interested in this? So my wife come and say, this prayer is working. I say, yes. Because I caught the revelation. And you know what's very funny? And I'll break this down. So many people will tell me, but Dr. Odon, Matthew 7 says, ask, it shall be given. How can you say you won't pray for anything? I said, keep reading. Because God showed me this. Now watch. It says, ask, it shall be given. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened. Now watch. It says, for anyone that asketh, receiveth. And he that seeketh, findeth. And anyone that knocketh, it shall be opened. Now watch. It now qualifies. It now goes. It now says, who is there out of any of you whose son will ask for fish and you give a serpent? Now watch. Or whose son will ask for bread and you give him stone? Now watch what it says next. It's very powerful. It goes, if you evil men. So what he's saying is this, that the art of asking for fish, even evil men do it. So asking God for fish actually diminishes him. You don't understand. He wants you to ask for something better. That's why he said, ask for good things, a good gift. Asking for bread and asking God to give you fish. Evil men do it. Don't waste your asking. You are asking for nonsense. Ask for something bigger. Ask for how to fulfill purpose. Ask for how to find problems and resolve. Ask for how to give sight to the blind. Ask for how to give structure to formlessness. Ask for better things, not bread and fish. Evil men do that. Say, before you ask, I know. God bless you.